Bruno, and I think Margot as well, and Natasha come from as well, because without all our ancestry, none of us would be present. And you know what unites us together is we all live on the same planet. So I'll quickly sing my lovely little tune that connects us all together, which is I'm connected to Mother Earth, you are connected to Mother Earth, we are all connected to Mother Earth. Gundrahalunu nanjanatia, Gundrahalunu nanjanatia, Yamakura nanjanatia, Yamakura. So, and I actually did that last night at a human rights viewing of the movie Winnie for Nelson Mandela's wife, because it was on the 17th of July, it was Nelson Mandela Day, and they actually told Winnie's side of the story and how much she got portrayed as well. And it was like very interesting. But when I did my acknowledgement and telling all these diplomats that they were all elders and they had to look after their communities, they thought that was really inclusive. And I thought, they are going, I've never had that before. And I thought, and they felt really included. So it's really important that we're all not separated, we're all connected, no matter who we are, which is really important. Wow.
And then we done this one, sorry for those who didn't hear. When I was with the Mudjura people in 2008, I met with Pastor Dave Brown, and he actually went to Africa and met with Nelson Mandela when he was in jail to try and support him to be released. And Pastor Dave Brown's lectern, or his pulpit, was a tree stump. And so we were out in the open doing this open air, and it was just quite incredible. But he too, then he started playing a song for Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. So firstly, I want to actually go around the room and I want us to focus on the positive. Now, what I want you to do is state your name, where you were born and where you reside now. And the reason why I asked you to do that, because it brings your whole life experience to this moment in time, right? But then I also want you to say something that you did well, either this week, this month, or something that you achieved really well. Now, you just heard what I just did really well last night. Yes, I was really pleased and happy about that. But my name is Druitt Koori, and I was born in Darlinghurst and on Gadigal land. I grew up in Bidjigal country, which is out at Laparoos, and I currently reside in Ngunnawal country in Canberra. Now, I'm going to go to Bruno, so we're going to go across the seas and go to Bruno. Thank you, Bruno. So, yay.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Hello, everyone. My name is Bruno. My umbilical cord was buried in Maringá, Brazil, where my journey began. These days, I call Sydney home. And I trust you asked something interesting. Is it? Would you mind reminding me?
Something that you did well. Something that you did really well this week or this month, or something that was really, that you achieved.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I know you might have achieved a lot of things, but just narrowed it down to one. That'd be great. Thanks, Bruno.
Absolutely. Oh, that's very simple. It's something that I did today. I was actually cutting wood for a ceremony, which is called Tesmakal, which is the sweat tent. We stay over there for 3 hours, and the steam is so big that some of us collapse. That's a way of working on our emotional blockages and I certainly recommend that to everyone that is looking to grow as a person and even as a Toastmasters. It helps a lot with the energy that sometimes we have. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Bruno. Now, I might go to Narelle. Thank you very much.
Mike is there. What is there?
Oh, yeah. Yes, pass. Pass.
Warami, everyone. My name is Narelle Stoll. I was actually born in Garigal, which is Wiradjuri country, down near Albury, which is an area that stretches from Albury all the way through to Dubbo. Hence my scarf tonight is from Wiradjuri country. But my family originally came from, well, it was a second fleeter, so sixth generation second fleeter. And when they finally got their freedom, they actually grew up in Darug country down at what's called Aird's, down at Campbelltown. So that's the family connection. I'm now living in Darug country at around Penrith area. So that's where I'm from. What I have to achieve this week, I think it was making these lovely biscuits, which I'm going to present as a cookbook to Taki from Auntie Beryl's cookbook. Has all Aboriginal bickies in it. So you'll have some big Aboriginal bickies tonight as part of our celebration of Corroboree. So Taki, can I present you the book now?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, bickies are over in that far corner. So
I'm sorry for you onliners that you don't get to have the bickies.
you have to do a virtual bicky. So yeah, have a lovely night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Pass it to Diane, please.
I ate a bicky already, so they were very nice. They're a little bit crummy, but the crumbs are nice as well. My name is Diane Brooks. I will be talking from a seating position. I am a Yorta Yorta woman, but I also was born on Gadigal country down in Darlinghurst. And then we moved around lots of places. So I went to Leeton and was living in Leeton. And then we come back because my dad got a job with Coca-Cola. And I live on Darug country. And I've travelled around Darug country in lots of different places and area. And currently I'm living on Darug country, but on the lands of the Mulgoa people along the wonderful Nepean River. Now, you're right. To pick one thing that I've done well, it's sometimes it's difficult. But I would say one thing that I've done well over the last week is I've had my grandchildren are actually learning language at school, and every time they come to see me, they love sharing Darug language with me. And they like to challenge me, and they come in and they say words. And do you know what that word means, Granny? And I go, well, no, I don't know Darug language. I do know a bit of Yorta Yorta language, but I don't know Darug language. And so they love to tell me and challenge me. So the new word that they come to share with me was possum, because their school is on possum country. And so it's Wiradjuri is possum in the Darug language. So yeah, it's really nice to share language and experience it. And my 7-year-old granddaughter is really enjoying it.
Cool. Sarah?
My name is Sarah. I was born in England before I came to Australia. My mum had me in 1985. And I'm so amazed to have been born in England compared to Australia. I come from the Gadigal land for Sydney, but I also for Wurundjeri land in Melbourne, where I've got most of my services. I've been nominated for Volunteer of the Year Award 2026 on the 18th of August, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Castle RSL. And I've just completed my 4th Triple Crown.
Woohoo! Well done.
We have.
I think for one here. Yeah.
You can keep it there. This one here.
Margot. would you like to tell us a little bit about you? And can we have your camera, please?
Yeah, hello everyone. I am originally from the Philippines and I'm currently in Las Vegas. It is 2:13 a.m. here.
Wow.
Something something I'm really proud of these days is I'm taking care of my health. It is my third day without energy drink and I am drinking green tea right now. And thank you so much for having me here.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Margot, for sharing it and being up so late. And good morning. Yes, being up, well, late for us, but it'd be early for her. Okay. Then do we have a mic for Natasha? Great. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Natasha Costa. I was born in Leeton on Wiradjuri country, although I heard you pronounce it differently and now I'm questioning how I was taught to say
It
it.
is Wiradjuri. There is two.
Okay, good. I now live in Oxley Park, which is Druitt country. And what I'm most proud of for the week, I've just started a TAFE course.
Woohoo! Well done. Seema.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Seema Balasubramanian. I was born in Kerala state, Kerala in India. And I went to England and came here again. Not again, moved from there to here. What is the achievement I should say is 2 days before I have received the DTM plaque. That's my achievement, I should say. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Pedavoli. I don't think I was born too far away. I was born in Liverpool. Sorry? Yep. I was born in Liverpool, so you could probably tell me what country that is. And I live in Greystanes. Oh, so I haven't strayed. I've always stayed in the same spot. One achievement, that's really hard because the things that I do, I don't really think of them as achievements, but one thing that I did well today, I managed to find my way out of Westfields at Penrith and out of the car park. I had to meet someone there and that was a big achievement. So I was proud of that. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Anita. I'm Narelle's sister. I grew up in Narelle, Wiradjuri country, is that pronounced? In the Albury, like a property near Albury. And I currently live near Penrith in Druitt country. I think my greatest achievement today, I mean, I'm working from home. I'm a bit lazy at the moment, but I managed to sign in on work on time today. I only had to walk 5 meters from my bedroom door to the office, but I managed to get to work on time.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was. I don't think so surprised me. So, oddly enough, I was actually born in Melbourne, but I grew up in Newcastle, so that's even weirder. Actually, I grew up in Raymond Terrace, but it's close enough. And over the years, I've been from Newcastle to Lemon Tree Passage. Then the biggest move was from Lemon Tree to Richmond. Then from there to Wagga. Then from Wagga to Canberra, so, which is where we are now. But the one thing I've done really well this week is I've actually done a fair bit of promo for District 70. Some I haven't presented to Monaro yet, but I've done a few for Koori, which Di has seen, like you've seen. And basically a new poster for us, where we are, what we do, and all that kind of stuff. So, and it's something I'm going to continue to work for because I love promo. And yeah, I know it's going to die. So grab one of that one. I will. I'll grab it. Give me a sec. So this is our latest promo piece I have created for Koori. It actually shows exactly where we are, literally.
And I actually, the,
It's also got an email on there that we're face-to-face, hybrid, everything, so, and the day and time, so, and it's actually got the exact address as well. So I might create a few more of those and put them up around the place so people know where we are. And I've done very similar ones for Monaro with all the clubs in Monaro that if they want to use them, they can, that's fine. I'm going to send it to them with their venues there and their dates and things. So, because the one thing I've noticed in Monaro is a lack of PR, and I don't think it's everywhere, not just Monaro. So the one thing I want to try and do is rebuild PR for all of us because it's really lacking and I'm sick of it. All right, from that, to our Toastmaster.
thank you, Ben. And I've got one.
No, you don't.
Flip it over, charge it up. I lost my head on my ball, but that's okay. Now, I also actually, as Ben mentioned, like the flyer for like the flyer that we created for Koori, but he did do it for Monaro as well. And I actually put my clubs that I'm an area director for up on notice boards in the city. So it's like, it's just to get it out there. And I attended like a 7:30 meeting, like an early morning one, which I had to get up at 5:30. But anywho, and basically from having that poster up, we did get one new person attend that meeting. So that was really good. So, and that was only put up for a few days. So I thought, wow, that's really effective to have it up on notice boards where there are notice boards. So if you've got any notice boards anywhere around you, go, okay, put a Toastmasters sign on there. And what we did, we actually put the find a club so that then they can actually choose where they want.
and then we make the video. So I'm just thinking of things that, activities that all can do with them. So, and how are we going to time? What? Well, everybody's on the floor. That's right.
Well, put it this way, 7:41 and according to the time, tabletop. The panel discussion can skip, I think. 7:41, yeah.
Pretty good. I'm glad that I.
I love that we jump right over the panel discussion.
Time.
Do we still want to do the panel?
Well, I'm excited. Okay. Now, Natasha, this is not our normal meeting, so like normally we would have speeches and table topics as well, which we are going to have some table topics now.
Do you want to do the panel discussion or not? You're going to skip it. Do you want to do the panel discussion or you're going to skip it?
Any questions for that?
Oh, they're right there.
Oh, okay, cool. No, panel discussion, and the thing is, you can sit up here, lovely young lady, and then you can panel us all. Okay, all right, so I'll give it over to Priya. Thank you, Tony. You're welcome. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Indigenous Governments Executive. Tonight, we bring together.
Sorry, I don't like the word Indigenous. Can we just say Aboriginal or?
It doesn't.
I'm just reading. Yeah.
As what can you put together? I'm sorry, Di. Yeah.
Aboriginal people of that land.
Yeah.
Whereas Aboriginal is the first people of Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you for that clarification. So I often get, I think I'm being politically correct by saying Indigenous, but I should be saying Aboriginal, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Or First Nations, or First Nations, I'll take that on board. Tonight, we bring together our club executive team to explore what leadership means. I should say your group leadership. To explore what leadership means through both the Toastmasters framework and the values of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander governance. For tens of thousands of years, the First Nations people have practiced governance based on respect, responsibility, community, listening, consensus, and caring for country. These principles continue to provide valuable lessons for leaders today. As Toastmasters, your executive team serves a club in different ways, but together you share one common purpose: to support members, to strengthen community and create opportunities for everyone to grow as communicators and leaders. This panel is an opportunity to hear from your executive officers as they share how they will apply Aboriginal governance principles within their respective roles. You will explore how cultural respect, inclusion, accountability, collaboration, and service can guide effective leadership in the Toastmasters Club. So representing your executive team tonight is your president, vice president of membership, Sarah, secretary, Sergeant at Arms,
Bucky.
okay, and vice president of public relations.
Me.
Okay. And for those of you who are guests who may not know what these terms mean, in order to run the club, you've got to have a leadership, an executive. Should you agree? Yeah. And in Toastmasters, there are actually 8 key players who take on that role of governing that club.
So we have 8 all the time.
Immediate past president?
No, cultural wisdom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I usually include the past president as that guiding force, so you have no. Really?
We do.
And these members are the ones that look after various roles in order to keep the club going. So we're going to hear from them as to how they are inclusive with Aboriginal governments. So each panelist will respond to questions relating to their role, offering their own perspective on how they can lead with integrity and I need to underline that word integrity. Because that's why we join Toastmasters. Join first and foremost is really about communication. But we want to communicate with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. And it's not just what we say, but it's how we be. While embracing the Aboriginal values and governance practice. As we begin, I encourage everyone to listen with open minds, respect different viewpoints. That's what makes it so difficult, because we do have different perspectives, and reflect on how these principles can strengthen not only our clubs, but also our communities. Beautiful sentiment there. And please tell Kanga I'm very impressed. Together, let's celebrate leadership that is inclusive, respectful, and grounded in the wisdom of the world's oldest continuing cultures. Thank you, and let's welcome our executive panel. Now I'll sing. So, to the President, because he is your guiding force. He's the one with the buck stops with him. So, as President, how would you ensure that Aboriginal values such as respect, community, storytelling, and shared decision-making are reflected in the governance and culture of the Toastmasters Club?
Can I record some of this because it'll be great for our
Fabulous.
It's been recorded. It's been
for our club friend, Spanish club.
Yeah, with that one. Yeah. Yeah, do it.
Being recorded.
It's on Zoom, but I don't have the microphone.
Welcome your President.
As usual, you run the club pretty well, I think so. That's what I do from improvement and to improve this year, not trying to be inclusive for everyone. Well, I think everyone deserves to have a say with it. What do we think how we run the club, how we promote ourselves, how we put the agenda together with. You got to know this club down, hang it. Then have been leading, he is in charge of the agenda this year. If you get anything he's added, no. Tell me, I'll tell you. But as far as the leadership goes, we show everyone respect, but look at who they are, or who walks through that door every night, which one. When they walk through, they're wrong. Look at who they are, where they're from. To me, everyone deserves to have a go. Pretty much we run, I want to run this thing very inclusively, but and we have respect for people. No, I'm not having any. As far as I'm aware.
I remember we tracked it down.
Yeah, I did
Tracked it
that.
down.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of why about anyway. I'm trying to prove that thing too. So, but I think from where we're going this year, we've been through a lot of tough times as a club. We've been at our lowest. Numbers wise, I about other stuff we're leaving in the past. We're going to move forward and be strong. And this is where we start right now. I think
I like that. Well done. We've heard of your presidents. Exactly. I'm kind of thinking that Ralph Smedley stole something from the Aboriginal culture when you're talking about integrity and storytelling and communication. I think, yeah, I think you kind of stole from somewhere. Now, the Vice President of Memberships, it's you, is it Sarah? Okay. Inclusion and growth. What strategies would you implement to welcome and retain Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander members while creating a culturally safe and inclusive environment for everyone? Up the front, Sarah.
Up the front, Sarah.
Up the front, Sarah.
You've got this.
Yeah, get rid of the chair.
Okay.
Ensuring everybody has the opportunity to be a leader, no matter which role. Stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging yourself, all working together, supporting one another, affiliating with different people. I believe that if we don't gather together as different organisations for Aboriginals, then success can't happen. We don't see the vote. We lose people instead of voting and getting people. And it's important to be inclusive of everybody, no matter who they are, what they do. And the more we give them more opportunities to give them about something, the more they'll go, they'll challenge themselves, feel enthusiastic, and really progress further.
Excellent. That's a very important role of vice president membership. Now, the secretary. No.
Right. Stay there, Di. No, you sure?
Just need to get up, that's all.
You want a hand, Di?
No.
Get active, get mobile. There we go. Mhm. Do you want your other stick too, Di?
I would be yellow belt and chief and.
Di, do you want your other one?
What?
Do you want your other one?
No, it's-
Okay,
When I go, it's if I can just take one.
okay, just checking.
So, secretary, extraordinaire. So you want all governance and record keeping, so you're really the keeper of reports. How can the secretary control club records, meeting minutes and correspondence, respectfully acknowledging Aboriginal protocols, cultural decisions and community consultation?
Thank you, Maria, because I'm also the cultural mentor for the club as well. I love governance. And a long time ago, I actually went to take and done my certificate for governance. And governance is vitally important. So part of my role is to ensure that I share that respectfully with all members and the rest of the exec. During the meetings, I help members to rephrase motions, to make sure that motions are very particular and to be written in a particular way. And then I do reflect and share that with the president. So as the secretary, it's vitally important that we maintain great governance at the club and we ensure that motions are upheld. And we can't do things haphazard. I'm quite a stickler. And I know Ben had great intentions. Ben said, how about we book you a cab and use the club money? And I went, no, we will not use the club money to book me a cab because Ben had all good intentions to try and make sure that I get to as many face-to-face meetings. But we'll do one a month. And I think at this stage that's reachable for me. But I do agree that we need to monitor, keep meetings, minutes, and we keep them in an orderly fashion. And even little steps, like recently I sent the minutes, I said, Ben, I sent the minutes to you, you'll approve them, send them back, and then we'll send them out to the exec. But Ben didn't, he sent them to the exec and went out with lots of spelling errors. I'm not saying.
It wasn't intentional, by the way.
And so we have worked out a strategy to overcome. So I like to make sure that if I get a photo of Simon Shepherd, then I might spell people's names for them. So yeah, it's really vitally important that and also culturally. Because culturally, every person that's at that meeting, whether it's a club meeting or an executive meeting, and if they shared something that was valuable, we should record them. And we should record that they are adding to the process of how we grow as a club. And sometimes I happen at many places where someone said to me one time, "Oh, we think we might do this," and I said, "Well, in actual fact, I was the secretary of the club 3 years ago, when that was raised by the executive, it was approved." So it was approved 3 years ago and no one's done. And so these are vitally important, that if we have these steps in place, then let's follow through. And it wasn't this club, it was another club. But yeah. So definitely as the secretary, I have to show good governance. I have to make sure that motions are held and that they're followed according to rankings rules. And yeah, so and I also was a member of the 5 months where we just for a whole year we just studied rankings. So to make sure that rankings rules are filled. Thank you. I like the fact that you mentioned rankings. Again, for the benefit of our members, we have a process as to how we run our clubs and what the rules and the regulations are. But not only that, how it's supposed to must be run. And for our parliamentary procedure, we follow the rankings. Now, I've had a few clubs that I've been to, and I love the fact that you did emphasise this. There's been a few clubs that I've dropped in, I've seen, and it's been a great, fun session, and people have been sitting around, they've been telling stories, and I'll get up and I'll give a speech and I'll get evaluated. But it's reduced, that club has reduced to a social gathering. This is a meeting, and as such, a meeting needs to have the events recorded. Otherwise, I'm sure you can think of other things to do on Thursday night. So, but getting that value out of a well-run, well-organised and documented meeting, that's important. So thank you very much for showing. Exactly. Well done. Oh, we then move on to Sergeant at Arms. That is.
Thank you.
No.
She hasn't.
I see none. Cultural protocols and meeting environment. What role does the Sergeant at Arms play in creating a welcoming meeting space that respects Aboriginal culture, including acknowledgement of country, accessibility and cultural sense?
Yeah. So as the Sergeant at Arms, and we deliberately, because this is a brand new venue for us, because we were a natural hub and we've only had, this is our real, technically our second real meeting here, but our first meeting here, there was only me and in Hangar because there was a lot of difficulties. So our first meeting here was on the 11th of June. And there was the only 3 of us, but so then we just said, okay, well, what layout can we sort of did sort of the planning aspect and then also we learned from the lesson, knowing Di's needs, that she needs, to be closer to walls and stuff like that, will be more mindful because we actually had the setup the other way. And so like we're trialing an area. I really enjoyed for our Corroboree meeting. Normally, when you're signing into country, you would handprint a tree. So I thought for our Corroboree that we would handprint our imprint on the canvas, and I want to actually do that as thing because then it would actually show how many typically and then at our end year at our Toastmasters we said these are all the people that came to throughout the Toastmasters year. So it's based on this Toastmasters year, and I thought how engaging is that because then everyone's like their imprint on natural recording. So I thought that's a good way that we've actually bring that. But what is very important is greeting everybody. And also making them feel welcome, because it is, if you don't feel welcome, do you think you'd want to come back? Always, right? And it's really important, to engage with everybody as well, and make sure that they feel well. Maybe introduce them, to everyone, so that I was reading in the old past, because I got this program and I was reading it, and read what Sergeant Holmes does, and I was saying, oh, that's interesting. But what it also said that basically for new visitors, that you actually introduce the visitors to the members, so that when they get to do a table topic, such that they feel comfortable for people that they sort of now know slightly, and not feel intimidated speaking in front of a bunch of strangers. And I thought, I'm going to really encourage that process, because the thing is, you don't want to get up and go, but if you're talking to someone familiar, then you're going to be more likely to engage. Thank you very much.
They're going to have a small talk that we get to make sure he leaves us time on the agenda for that.
That's prior to me. That's what it says. In the old path, because I took on the storytelling path, and basically it actually goes through every single role as well. So it's like a couple leadership handle, so to speak. And Ben and I, because we're going to be projector in our front room, he puts it up on the computer, and we're going.
No, thinking about TV.
So how can we actually go back to the traditional values of Toastmasters? And I was like, so reading what my role was in that process, I thought that very helpful.
I so like that idea, and I love it. It's fun here. I think what a great way to incorporate Aboriginal customs, so in different environments. But the fact that we touched on keeping away traditions, because if we're worried about Toastmasters in the future, maybe going back to those traditions. I mean, Aboriginals have survived for about 60,000 years based on their traditions and their customs. So maybe we don't shift too much or stray too much from the program that works. Excellent, thank you very much. So, and then we come to our Vice President of Public Relations, and that is. So, Ben, how would you promote your club's activities while ensuring Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures, stories and achievements are represented authentically, respectfully and with community involvement?
That's an early one I showed you the poster. That's one way I promote. But we also have a Facebook page. Our Facebook page, which is very unique for us. So every meeting we have goes on there. We've also got a YouTube channel. So our meetings is actually recorded. So all meetings we do are recorded. If nobody has it goes up as it is. Stuff up to them. So if how are you going to see people grow in the way they mess up in the first place? Well, we do, any speech we do, before it goes up, table topics, before it goes up, the evaluations, before it goes on YouTube, and then to Facebook. So basically, any promo that we do, whether it's us doing a speech or it's a table topics or an evaluation, we even went to the band last fortnight and did a whole day worth of promo. And we actually had, I think we had a good day of that actually. We had one, and we've got Natasha back in. She came and talked to us on the day, so that was even better.
And that was a reach out from Facebook.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
She came and met us person at
the band.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And then Doris was on the money sheet. Well, we do our promo, we make it unique to us. And it's something I took a break from last year, came and did it. Didn't have it done 3 years before that. And I'm back again, so watch out. So, but also the thing stuff over here, so it's even better for me. Well, that post I brand new thing on this year. Last couple of years, it's been the same post on Facebook we've put before for the 3 years. So this year, one being and working different, with more unique, more added details in it. So, but I think any promo you do has to be unique for the specific club itself. If you see every club with the same promo, look, okay, next, you won't go, you won't even bother. The first thing people see when we come through our doors over I heard you put this up on. How good it works. So that's to me the first step in promo. How else can you do it? You don't use your promo, you go, no. So, yeah, promo is great. I love it. It's more fun. But just to make it inclusive for me as well. And that's something I have tried to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you're absolutely right, it needs to be connected to your particular theme or your particular cultural community experiences. Also, something, even though we have the same program, we have a different environment feeling for different cultures. So well done. Okay, well that concludes my job. Back to our round the one. Yeah. Well, just seeing where we went to.
Tabletops is after that, but
Yeah, do some tabletops. Anyone understand tables of bits? Yes. Right. Now.
the rail's doing it. The rail's doing tabletops, can get us to do it.
Yes. And bear in mind, we will.
I think we'll skip the
Because we're running.
drop the dart, I think. Drop the language, I think.
Sorry?
Drop something.
Do the title topics. Yeah. So I will now invite Narelle to the table. Oh, great question. We'll do a round. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
We want to learn it. Last year, actually, I got to attend an Aboriginal Darra language course. Last year, I'm going to find one degree again because it's something that's very well worth learning language of this Darra. You can also go to practice too, for example. What I learned was, is Darragan, Nagin, Barhi, and for you, which the word is, and the response is Nagara, Yara, Narelle, my names. And then you also have Nagini, Bagari, Barga, which is about looking at that's really the Gara, Nagura, which is about big up the calf, which is the way I start for the calf. And that's just a couple of the other languages like as and learn as well. And something that's more what I really enjoyed last year, I would like to spend more time doing it and hopefully get back to practice again at some point and find them and get back and doing it because it is well worth learning. The Darra language. It's a very, very old language. You can not super behind that well worth learning. But tonight, what we're going to be doing actually tonight, we're going to table topics. It's going to be all about focusing on obviously NAIDOC week and the conclusion of that. Now, I know there's not going to come participate tonight in table topics, but is there anybody else tonight who'd like to participate in table topics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people tonight. So, but we want to try and table topics. I don't know, 6 questions. Maybe you want to say.
Anyone is involved in Sasha or not?
I don't understand what I'm being asked to do.
Maybe if I'll have big watch and we'll take part later on, I can have them get involved. So, you look at, but then I think it's a bit about to go first.
What's the time?
It's 3 minutes, we're getting out.
Well, you cut it back to one thing.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm back to one, so I guess, I'm fine, so I'm at 39.
Cut it back to one.
No. It's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. Now, tonight's topic then. It's going to be it's going to be treaty. Let's get it right. Treaty. Let's get it right.
So, treaty, let's get it right. Well, the only treaty to own was the song for your Unity Treaty. It's all what I was based around the treaty back in. I can't believe. So, but that was one of the first songs I have. One of the first songs I heard. And it's also one of my favourites. Because of it all, I was going to get the for the dance moves and the fast pace of it. It was a really great one. I don't think so. It's fine. But no, treaty, I think we actually used it at our toastings as well. That was to, I think I actually remember this one from the treaty song we had, but that's around the Area Toastmaster Award. So our three areas was from, we had Andrew Kesher, we had Wayne Hook and also Peter Caff from Canberra. So there, that's the next week.
It's lovely to hear the version of actually of that wonderful song Treaty, which you heard so much 20 years ago by the indie group, and it's absolutely wonderful song. Maria, one thing I think. The topic tonight is going to be let's talk. We all have something to say. So, Maria.
Thank you very much, Noelle. So let's talk. We do all have something to say, and that's what I've figured out in all my years of being in Toastmasters. The one reason why I joined Toastmasters was because I wanted a platform in which to talk. Now, my background is in education, so you'd think that I'd have enough talking, but we've all got a story, and sometimes all we need is to have someone hear our story. And this is what I learned from my father. Because my father was a great storyteller. He would tell stories when he was young, when he was in the Navy, when he came to Australia, all the fights that he would get into, because he was a dark-skinned Italian man in the 1950s. Didn't go down too well. But the story that he told and how he changed from those stories and how he evolved and what he learned from those stories. Well, we've all got a story to tell, don't you think? And that's the beauty of being in the Toastmasters. This is the opportunity for you to tell your stories.
Wonderful initiative about important storytelling and how, no matter what culture we come from, storytelling is so important, how it's handed down generation. Wonderful thing. Diana, you want to go?
I'm evaluating and driving. So
Okay, you're busy now.
I'll do the last one.
No, speaker, no worries. All right, next one will be I'm going to do for Sarah. Sarah.
Before Sarah starts, I'm absolutely happy with that.
Oh.
No, that
Oh, it's not. Your topic tonight is community is unity. Sarah Butler, community is unity.
Unity is unity, everybody all gathering together from around Australia, overseas, coming together, celebrating special occasions. This could be
National Self-Advocacy Day, International Day for People with Disability, Volunteer Week, festivals, anything that recognises everybody from different backgrounds, Aboriginals, Torres Strait Islanders, because if we don't recognise everybody and we only recognise certain groups, the rest of the people will think, well, what about me? Why am I getting recognised? But by having these different events, it goes a long way.
Sorry, I'm like, yes, apologies. Is that your question? Pleasure. The how about Advanced Australia Fair? Advanced Australia Fair.
Absolutely Advanced Australia Fair. I wouldn't be surprised if in the beginning they were talking about white-skinned people. But I think eventually we realised that fair did mean a fair go for everyone. And we're still fighting for it. I think we're getting closer. I still don't think we're very fair. I think a lot of people in Australia think fair only applies to them. I think a lot of people in Australia think they would only like to advance the fair that applies to them. And I think there's a lot of people in Australia who forget what Australia came from, where we're going, and that we currently are. I like the song. I think it's a very good national anthem. I also know the second verse, which a lot of people don't. I think that comes from being a 50-year-old person who went to a private school. Thank you.
Well done. And I have to say, as a fifth generation Australian who came out of the came out as convicts on the second fleet, I realise how important it is for us all to be putting forward as a nation, not being out. So thank you very much for bringing that to us. Now, next question. The person will be Kentucky. Kentucky, I'd like to make your question is hill country. So hill country. Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, country. Now, it's a great question. Because don't be able to see this. Right. But like the song that I sang earlier on is a song that I was taught that heals country. Because that song that I sang earlier, Look at Our Moon, I'm connected to Mother Earth. And it's about singing up the land. And there is actually a dance of this I don't normally do. But it's about sweeping away the negativity. And we've been told that when you sing this song, it's definitely told when there's like a negative energy on it. So, and it tends to surround most jails, ironically. And when that, things start to change. And when the grasses fall, grows green. So that's one way in the country.
For one of the way, and then we would feel country. Now, Dima. Well, I know. I was really broken on that. Oh, here we go. All right, Nita, I'm sorry. But before we no, it's not very funny, but there you go. It's an element of this
Well, language is an inherent part of our culture. Through our language, it develops our own identity. and sharing language, maintaining our language, and also teaching new generations language helps to consolidate your identity, preserve your culture, and also to strengthen your culture as well. Many languages have now become extinct, maybe because there's been lack of will and also investment into preserving various dialects. This is where I think it's really important for organisations to incorporate in reference to language within their organisations, within their social structure, within their community, to preserve their culture, which will strengthen their identity in the future. Sorry. Yes.
Please, not for you, not for me, but for all of us. Please, not for you, not for me, but for all of us. Tina.
Thank you, David Sophie Master. I am actually coming from India, and our leader, one of the leaders, was part of the freedom in the old nation that was not. And he was very non-violent. Anybody eating on one side, I don't know whether it is in this universe, whether in this current era, it is going to be worth it. I'm not conscious about not violence. And I'm not saying that we have to be violent. However, he told us that this is necessarily violence. So India got it from different. So peace is not only for me, for you, it is always for everyone, because peace can bring all of us together.
Because I think, because I was going to quote some things as well, it is what is makes people together, it brings it all together, the friendship and makes it as well. So thank you very much. Diana. Sarah, can you use the response? Yeah. Okay, now I will give you the topic of for our elders.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much.
For our elders.
Very appropriate, because last year in April, April 2025, I was invited by the Western elders to become an elder. And it was one of the most humblest moments of my life. I have had lots of law taught to me from my own elders on country, and I'm very respectful of the Darug cultural values and law that is undertaken here on Darug land. And the Darug people have said to me on numerous occasions that they're really honoured that I will respect their cultural values and their values, who they are as a people. But to be honoured as an elder and to be invited to sit in a circle of other elders is an incredible thing.
So we could just bring in
No, it's not.
And congratulations.
What's John's up next
Ah,
is you being giving your evaluation.
Yes, I'm going to evaluate everyone.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I took this?
oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
But thank you very much, and welcome to on some.
My favourite genre is evaluation.
We never lost that.
That bro. So tonight I evaluate every speaker by myself, but I'm telling you that I've done a great job. First of all and foremost, I also timed everyone, and only one person spoke for 1 minute, and that was Seema. Everyone else went over. I just want to let you know all that. So first speaker, Ben. Ben approached the question from Treaty, and he was really tricked by it all. I believe that the question was really initiated, what do you think about Treaty? And you resorted it to a song because that was how you found familiarising yourself with the word. But you did give some great insight and knowledge to the word treaty, and you use your body language to portray that information, which is really valuable. So speaker two, we have, I've got no glasses, gosh. Who was speaker two? Sarah. Oh, Sarah, yes. Maria.
Maria.
Oh, Maria.
Maria.
Maria, oh yes, Maria spoke to, let's talk about it. And so yes, Maria answered the question straight away and went to the core roots of our prior knowledge. I'm a teacher. And as a teacher, we all love to talk, and we love to talk and learn at the same time, which was really great. Again, Maria did use her body language to ensure that the whole audience was engaged with the process of her answer. I know I robbed her of time because I'm sure that she wanted to speak a little bit longer about the question, but time is precious. Speaker three, we have Sarah, community unity. Sarah, we gave Sarah the perfect question, Table Topics Master, because Sarah values community above all. And Sarah answered the question, and she answered the question with compassion and empathy. She gave us wonderful insight and enthusiasm into her knowledge of what is a community and how do we define a community. And definitely, Sarah, you gave a wonderful response. Speaker four, Natasha. And again, thank you very much, Natasha, for being with us. Natasha, Advance Australia Fair. And I too agree with Natasha's response. I believe that the Advance Australia Fair anthem is very appropriate for Australia. And it is incorporates cultural values and incorporates the value of family by sons and daughters, and paints a perfect picture of the landscape of Australia. You spoke with enthusiasm, and you definitely added great insight into your knowledge of the song. I would have liked you to add into body language in order to say, like this. This song is incredible. Only point for improvement. And that will come with time. Speaker 5, Tucky. Tucky, what a great question to give Tucky. Because we all know it's something that Tucky does, and she does well. From the very first time I met Tucky, Tucky was there to heal. She was there to heal me, and she was there to heal many others that were in the room at the same time. Tucky approached the question and probably didn't give her enough time because she really wanted to speak longer and probably spoke for the longest out of all of us. But a topic that she could speak for hours.
Well, I should know she does all the time.
Very quickly. The vocal variety will really come to play because it comes to play in the topic that Taki has great knowledge on. She wanted to talk longer, but she didn't tidy it up. Just one or two words to tidy it up in the end. Here in country, I'm passionate about. Would be perfect just to tidy that up at the end because you left us with this open air comment. Speaker 6. Thank you, Anita, for getting out. I understand you're really nervous, you're trying to get out of it, you're thinking, oh my God, I have to follow Tucky, that's incredible. I am telling you, your response blew me away because clearly you understood what the question was asking of you. You shared great insight into giving us wonderful depth and knowledge, and you didn't even speak as long as Tucky, but you tidied it up at the end. So you've done a wonderful intro, body, and a conclusion. And it was quite brilliant. If I was to give a vote of an award for tonight for the table topics crown, it would be for Anita. So 7, we have seen peace. And clearly, Seema went to that core knowledge. My core knowledge is I'm talking about Mahatma Gandhi and love and peace and what he was able to achieve in his lifespan was incredible. And I too at times listen to some of his words of wisdom that he shares with people. I would like you to add some of those wonderful words, but clearly, perfect example of peace is to talk about Mahatma Gandhi, maybe 7-minute presentation. But invite me to come to that time so I can listen to you share your words of wisdom. The next speaker, of course, done a brilliant job. Impromptu speaking is a great opportunity for everyone to learn. And I have to tell you, and I often say this to many people, the very first time I went to Mount Druitt Koori 15 years ago, and I was invited to do a table topics, I spoke for 23 seconds and said, in the 23 seconds, and that's all I've got to say, I just answered the question yes or no, and sat down. What Toastmasters has given me with impromptu speaking is the ability to answer any question. And because I primarily do a lot of work in the disability sector, as a teacher, an educator, a support mechanism, and an advocate, you need to be able to answer every question. If they come to you with a question, you have to have a response. And Toastmasters has given me that knowledge. And there's been 1 or 2 occasions where I've even pulled politicians up because they didn't answer the question. But thank you for the great table topics, Toastmaster. I love the questions, they were really good. Another great thing is the table Toastmaster gave us really short questions. Sometimes the question's so long that you have to remember so many things, but they were very short, concise, and you answered just one thing. So thank you very much. It was well done.
I will now call Ben to visually will Ben can lead the feedback and to close and then close for a cover some food the other day and some biggings.
But it's not. Everyone agree?
Yes, very good.
Awesome. Let's hear from the guests.
Yay!
What do you hear you're saying? So what you're going to what do you do to district your economy?
Oh.
Yeah. So the loss. So Natasha, what do you think tonight? In the sort of non-green forest.
Okay, yeah, I am on multiple boards of multiple different organisations, from federal down to local. And I walked in not knowing what to expect. And it is absolutely beautiful to sit in a room with people who still respect policies, procedures and things like that, but are welcoming, enjoyable, knowledgeable, and just generally lovely to be with.
Can we see him again?
Yes.
There we go. Even though she's a club coach, so what do you think tonight?
I love to come back again and again. I already told every single time whenever anybody asks me, because I know that this club has so much friendship. Sadly, we didn't get an opportunity to show that friendship to many people, but I'm glad that I always say that you are this club has come to my backyard now because I'm almost so it's so easy for me.
So now she's not done
Yeah, so that's why I always say that I have to come back and listen to you. Today, Camila wasn't able to come, but still I thought I have to be here. But I never knew that I was speak about it.
Yeah, no, she was a surprise.
It surprised me.
Oh.
I would never, if I didn't come, I missed the opportunity to meet her and everybody. So glad to see that this club is growing and I'm proud of all of it.
Yeah. You think it's mine?
Oh, wow, it's my first robbery. I didn't know what to say. It's been around. Oh, wait, what's the robbery? You know, it's saying, you wait and see. I really enjoyed it. And I really, I really enjoyed it. First meeting I attended, I was first meeting I attended, oh my God, I really enjoyed Toastmasters. I'm going to continue and contribute.
And last and certainly not least, I just a quick reminder.
Are you having to say that?
Yeah. We're fine with that. I should have done something like
It's going to come out.
Oh, no.
Coming out.
That's right.
But the art you want to speaking, you've gone back to it. I've got
We were actually on walk on country this morning in Canberra and then straight after that we came to
No, I haven't been right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
his fault.
I'll wait too long. Thank you so much. I have to admit that when I was running for election for this position, I sent out a flyer to everyone. And I said, if you've got any questions, ask me, give me. The only person that ran was a member of this campaign. So what popped to my head, that's interesting. They must really want to know what some of my policies are and want to get to know me by actually reading. And I remember that night with a phone call saying to him, please invite me out to your club. I'd really like to come. I only live in West, I'm not so close. And you invited me night after night after night. And finally I had the opportunity to come. What do I think? I think this, I agree with Seema, I think this is a club with a lot of potential because you have a unique marketing sector. Because of all the wonderful Aboriginal people we have in the community, this would be a great opportunity for them to come and share their skills, not only Aboriginal, but also any non-Aboriginal to hear some of the stories, to be a part of that community. I think this could only be something magnificent, and that's what Toastmasters is all about. Yes, it is about developing your public speaking ability and maybe your leadership, that's where we can travel. But it's really about having that voice. As I mentioned before, we all have a story to tell. Sometimes we don't get the opportunity to tell that story because we just can't get the words out. Or we think even more so, nobody wants to listen. And so we
like my mother. That was a very depressed, lonely woman that I didn't realise until after she passed away, that didn't have that opportunity to speak. Let's not give that to anyone. Yes. Give everyone the opportunity, everyone the opportunity to say, you know, you're worth listening to. And this is a platform. So what do I think of Koori Toastmasters? Oh, yeah. I'm much harder build. Will I come back as often as December? Probably not, but I would like to come back as special occasions. I believe the protocol is we must invite, not to show up. Yeah, not you. Sure.
So with that said, I think we'll perform. We should. Yeah, we can do that.
You can forward that as well. Now, minutes. That's 93.
All right, well, there you go.
Okay. Maybe get over this side, and so Di can still see, and maybe, what? We can hold it. Sorry, we can hold it. We can hold it. What is it? It is a banner. There's a fact ideal. I going to see people wrong and yeah, so we could stay there and just that room, that side of the room, come over this side of the room. That would be easier. No, you can do it. Spring it up. And then next time. Yeah. I've got a whole year that I know very well. Oh, it is not so they all fit enough. Yeah, because I see you staring like that. Yeah, we have to look at that. Oh, maybe it's actually inside. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, just read that. And hold on. That's a good time. Where are you again? That is your selfie. It's all enough.
Yeah, we know better.
I don't know.
We need to know. Yeah.
Yeah, and Julia. Okay, and do it up higher. Like do it up higher. Where are you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Can you see?
Hey,
Oh, where did you find this stuff? It was actually I'll give you a bit of a paperwork. And
I'll give you a
feedback. And I was going to paint on it, and I thought I saw the design and done that on paper and that, and use it Victoria or something. Is that something you're saying back to them? Oh, this building is down here with that. Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, Bruno is green. Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's just cool. Oh, yeah, like one at a time. It's, yeah, that's it.
I said, well, that means it's sort of thing like,
Yeah.
For a little bit.
But how are you?
Yeah, as I said, one check foot, you did.
Sorry. No. Go back here. Let me grab it. Okay, now, what if we go this way? Now we go this way. Yeah, this way further. Then that will come like that's now all. And then what over here? There you go.
Yeah, and I actually was quite opportunities, and I gave my name on one of these because he does artwork, and I thought, so I'm just gonna throw them in the account. I don't know if we're even back in toast, but I know. Recycle, you know, my waste, such wonderful, waste. I am, so I've got a whole bunch of canvases that can be renovated, and I was like, I think has already cut it up, and maybe they're around. And I thought that was really good.
What page you
Julie,
As it's been mentioned, they're actually at the back. So for now, we're in this part, start the part.
What's that?